In tonight's news, the Prime Minister says Jordan has adequate stock of basic commodities that will be available at their current prices until the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The Foreign Minister starts an official visit to Brussels for talks on the situation in the Gaza Strip. And dozens of Palestinians have been killed and injured as Israel continues its bombardment and strikes of the Gaza Strip. Good evening and welcome. Prime Minister Bishr al-Khassawneh said Jordan has adequate stock of basic commodities that will be available at civil and military consumer corporations at their current prices until the end of the holy month of Ramadan. During a cabinet session, the Prime Minister reiterated the need to take necessary measures to deal with the possible inflationary impacts on the local market as a result of the ongoing Israeli aggression on Gaza and the developments in the Red Sea. He said the measures should include implementing a decision to set a customs ceiling on the value of incoming containers based on their price before October the 7th, 2023, until the end of Ramadan. His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al-Hussein has launched his official channel on YouTube. The channel, managed by the Office of His Royal Highness, provides access to high-quality visual content showcasing programs and visits of the Crown Prince. The first video uploaded to the channel featured a summary of the Crown Prince's visit to Singapore last week. The new YouTube channel, in addition to Instagram and Flickr, are now the official social media platforms of His Royal Highness. Foreign Minister Ayman al-Safadi will start a working visit to Brussels tomorrow, where he is scheduled to meet with members of the European Union's Foreign Affairs Council. The meetings will focus on the humanitarian situation in the Gaza Strip, renewing the call for releasing all detainees and the full implementation of UN resolutions. The discussions will also tackle the situation in the occupied West Bank and the repercussions of regional escalation, including in the Red Sea. The death toll of Palestinians killed in Israeli strikes on Gaza since October the 7th has surpassed 25,000 amid heavy Israeli strikes and street battles raging across the coastal enclave. Israeli forces and Hamas fighters clashed in several locations, from Jabalia in the north to Khan Yunis further south. Gaza's health ministry said 178 Palestinians have been killed in the past 24 hours, one of the deadliest days so far in the war. Israel's military said a soldier was killed in fighting. The Arab League Council will hold an emergency meeting in Egypt tomorrow at the level of permanent representatives to discuss developments related to Israel's war on the Gaza Strip, as well as Israeli crimes and schemes against the Palestinian people. The meeting, to be held upon the request of Palestine, will also review Israel's systematic destruction of infrastructure in Palestinian refugee camps, its daily raids of Palestinian cities, towns and camps, and its blockade on Al-Aqsa Mosque. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres denounced Israel for heartbreaking deaths of Palestinian civilians in Gaza and called it unacceptable to resist statehood for the Palestinian people. The UN leader told the Non-Aligned Movement Summit in Kampala, Uganda, that the right of the Palestinian people to build their own state must be recognized by all. In its final summit communique, the Non-Aligned Movement strongly condemned the ongoing Israeli military aggression against the Gaza Strip, calling for a lasting humanitarian ceasefire. And in the occupied West Bank, Israeli forces raided a number of cities and towns, arresting 28 Palestinians. Dozens of Palestinians were also injured by Israeli army fire during confrontations that erupted as the occupation forces stormed various parts of the West Bank and Jerusalem. The Palestinian Prisoners Society and the Prisoners Detainees Affairs Authority said Israel have arrested more than 6,170 Palestinians since October the 7th of last year. And that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching.